Good morning, my friends, my not so friends. Welcome back to the next trading week. On Monday, it's currently 11th of December, 12:15. Zoom in, 12:15 Australia time on the East Coast, and I'm already FOMOing to the next trade. So, as you know, last week we finished a break even on the 50k account, so it was a little over 50k, which was great. That's what I wanted. I didn't want to end up in the drawdown because I want to have my mindset to be set up for the next week in the positive way, and that happened. So I'm still, if you remember from the last video, I was in this. Let me do this. I was in this trade, GBP USD, and I closed this position. Let me actually get this one. I closed first position down here, which was really nice profit, 1 to 2. And the next position I closed partially. This position I closed partially about the same spot. So, and I still left a little bit open. So this is still currently running. What I'm thinking is this price gonna go back up, and I will re-enter again, a bigger position, and we're gonna continue down. Where do I think this is gonna go? I think if you look at the daily chart, let's go here. If you look at the daily chart, you can see much more clearly. So I think we're gonna go all the way from here. We're gonna go all the way to this area. Potentially, maybe even this, but I don't think it's gonna happen. We will see. We will see what's gonna happen. And I already FOMO into the next position, which is CAT CHF. I know CHF pair is moving very slow, but I saw this morning what was happening on the 15 minutes and 1 hour chart, and this just seems to be bearish. So I'm aiming for 1-to-1, to be honest. I'm not aiming for anything bigger than that until New York session. So I still think we might pull or push down to this area, and then we're gonna come back before we continue down. So for now, if it's gonna hit my target 1-to-1, great. If not, I'm gonna set up my position to break even. So if it's gonna suddenly turn around for whatever reason, I don't lose anything on that position, and I'm just gonna have a break even. But for this week, what I'm planning, I have a few pairs prepared. Actually, I have Euro USD. Let me see. Let me show you. I have Euro AUD, Gold AUD, USD CAD. So basically, all these very similar pairs. They all look good. And AUD JPY. That's my other account. But we'll see how things go. So far, we're looking good. Hopefully, we end up in profit this week. Not in loss and not break even. This week it needs to happen to get at least halfway through to the 8%. So I need to make at least 4% this week, which, if there's gonna be volume and all the stars and the pip gods and everything else gonna align in my favor, then it's going to happen. Good morning, Wednesday morning, 13th of December, 11:39, and I'm already FOMOing into the next trades. Yesterday, I have to say that I did a little bit emotional stuff, and I didn't lose much. I made it all back, not all, but most of it back, and but I caught myself, which is good, and yeah. So I made a little bit, I lose a little bit, and I recognize again I was emotional in terms of trading, not in terms of life, but in terms of trading. So I got myself, I figured out things out, and I entered 2 new trades, which are these ones. So that's Euro AUD. So let's go on 1 hour chart. So you can see where I entered. Stop was above these highs. The reason being, because if you look at the daily, it's come to my original trade. I would say idea, if you want to call it, because This was a support, then we broke the support, we tested resistance, and then now we're testing resistance again. So I believe we're gonna continue down. Next trade which I'm in is AUD CAD, which is basically correlated with your AUD, meaning if your AUD is gonna go down, AUD CAD should go up, but we'll see. This is still uptrend, strong support, I believe so. And I've tried this position to trade multiple times. You can see I've shorted here, entered long here, and I got stopped out, and then I think and here as well I got stopped out. Well, not stopped, I actually closed this earlier, and now we're into again. So we will see how that goes. So currently in those two trades, so you can see AUD CAD, Euro AUD, balance 50,000 and a half, equity 50,000 and a half, so pretty much break even. And those are two positions. It's still morning, so probably I think not much gonna happen. I'm expecting to start getting the volume again on the London session, and we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna enjoy my rainy day in Cairns, which is supposed to be actually cyclone here coming. It's supposed to be really, really heavy. So we'll see if I'm gonna lose my house or not. Yeah. If I lose my house, then you guys know what happened. So I'm just driving through Cairns, and I'm supposed to be cyclone. So far, there's not much. I mean, there's people like barricade things, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to come later, like some wild west thing. But so far, it seems like nothing really going to happen. So we will see how that goes. In Asia, in Philippines, when I lived in Philippines, this was like a normal day. Like if it was wind like this, no one will freak out, and if it comes, it comes. But I believe this is not gonna go too hard. I think everyone's just freaking out. I might be wrong, but I think it's not gonna happen. If it will, it's going to be funny, because I was thinking that it's gonna happen, and then something happened. So I'm just going for a drive because I was bored at home, looking at the trades, looking at the charts. So I just went for a little drive, see the ocean, and ocean is very, very calm. Maybe because we are in the bay, but we'll see what's going to happen. So far, it is a little bit of wind, and that's about it. So yeah, it's exciting. Some people are scared. For me, I'm actually very excited to see something like that, because it's been sunny for too long, as you say. Yeah, so far I'm looking for some open tobacconist, some tobacco shop. I'm gonna buy some cigar. I wanna buy some nice cigars, smoking in the rain. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be fine. But massages, I would say plus massages are still open. So if you're looking for that, you can still get a massage, but that's about it. Can't even find an open tobacco shop, which I think it's more important than getting wrapped with, let's say, pleasant ending. Let me get you a little bit closer, because we missed out on a trade just because I shortened my stop loss, believe it or not. And that's not happened first time. So I'll show you what happened. I could have been already more than halfway of the challenge basically done. So I could be almost like 3K out of 4K already done. This is what happened. This is what exactly happened. So this is a gold which I entered. Ignore everything else before. And I entered this last night. What is this time? 9 o'clock. I actually entered this little bit earlier, and I let it run. I actually closed it one time or twice because I wasn't sure. Then I actually realized on a daily chart, if you go here, there is a big quite big support. You can see all the way to April. So it was a support, resistance, broke the resistance, and then broke it again. Oh, sorry, support here, broke it again, and there was a support here, and we bounced from here really, really hard. So this is what happened, and I missed out on so much. Yeah. So this is the trade I enter. If you look at it, the risk reward right now, there will be 1 to 6 almost, or 1 to 5. And what happened is, even though the stop loss is all the way here, last night, before I went to sleep, because I wasn't sure, entered shortened the stop loss around this area, or actually something like this, because that was the previous lows. And guess what? It stopped me out, unfortunately. So I was stopped out on gold, minus $100, which is not much, but that was the reason why I made the stop loss. You know, it could also go all the way back down, so it could. I mean, end of the day, it doesn't really matter because it can go up or down. So this time it went up, it could go down next time. But this will be very, very, very nice trade. And the next one is Euro AUD, which actually worked out. So that's really good, I would say. This one I entered last night. Let me just use this one. Last night I entered around this, was it this area? Yeah, this area. And kind of like bouncing, and then during or just before or after London session kind of went down. And after the news, keep going down. I actually shortened the stop loss above these highs. So that was good, that it stopped me out. But overnight you can see we just keep dumping. And this morning I closed it probably 3/4 of the position. So you can see that's like 1 to 3. I'll close 3/4 and I'll let the other part run. So currently, if you go on my terminal, you can still see Euro AUD and 0.18 lot, and currently still it is, let me use this, $194. So still almost $200 on the account, floating profit. But in terms of balance, we are on 51,000. So at least that 2% in, so that's really good. If I can make another 2% today until tomorrow Friday, that would be great. So yeah, it's been almost a month since I started this challenge. So far I didn't blow it up, so all good. Currently Friday, 15th of December, and this is how we're looking. So as you remember, I missed out on gold, and guess what I did? I told you that I missed out on this massive move, and what I did, I waited for consolidation, and last night was a news and I entered. Unfortunately, this went against me, so the stop loss actually was somewhere around here and it stopped me out, so that didn't happen. And I entered it again in the afternoon today. I closed it again in break even, and I entered again this afternoon, or actually before London session, and this seems like it's gonna work out. So currently we're in profit, and what I'm anticipating on the daily chart is to go potentially, of course only potentially, to go all the way up here, but we will see what's gonna happen. And then another chart is GBP AUD, and this chart, it broke out of basically 3 months of ranging. You can see this is daily chart, and it just keep ranging between those lines. And yesterday it broke. Let's go for out. That's actually gonna be better to see. 2 minutes down, and yesterday it broke down of this range finally, and it came back to retest. I entered short, it went to my profit, it came back, I entered another position, and what I'm anticipating is to go potentially. We'll see what's gonna happen, of course. We'll see how the market reacts to go all the way down here. But of course it's Friday, and of course on Fridays happens weird things, but if everything's go the way it's supposed to go, which rarely happens in trading, then I will leave it on open over the weekend, and we'll see how it go. Also, as you know, I was at 51k in over 51k profit. Well, currently we are only 50 and 100, floating balance 50 and a half. So we're not negative, we're not in much profit, so we kind of keep floating around. So we'll see what's gonna happen next week, but so far we're looking not too bad. I'm recording this on Saturday night. I'm gonna show you what happened to my positions on Friday. There was a news and it went against me, but so this is a gold. I already did my analysis for next week, so I don't have it marked down, but basically I was in a position something like here, and I was anticipating to go low, high. Stop loss was here, and there was a news. This is the area. This is the candle which happened on a 15-minute chart, and as there was a news, I saw price quickly coming down, so I closed it. He pretty much break even, so I avoided the loss. Next position was GBP AUD, and I had the position, I believe, all the way from here or something like this. Stop loss was something like this, and the target was all the way down here. Let me drag this down, all the way down here, but it went a little bit down, it turned around, it went back up, and I closed it in little profit, so almost nothing. And then I did some stupid little things afterwards, but basically, to sum it up, I end up again in pretty much break even. So you can see the balance is 50,200, equity 50,200. So didn't make any money. I mean, I made a little bit of profit, but yeah, it is what it is. So for the next week, what I'm planning to is I have a few trades planned and marked for the next week. Let me delete this one. So first one is actually GBP AUD. What I'm also planning to do for next week is only to trade from daily. No more of 1 hour and 15 minutes crap. It's just not worth it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go on for our chart so you can see more clearly. But I'm gonna wait. I believe this is gonna come back to this daily zone, and we're gonna continue down. So if you look at the daily, we are bearish. So this was like a 3 months of just ranging this F area, whatever you wanna call it, and then we broke it down. I believe we're gonna come back to test it before continue down. So if this is gonna come first, I'm gonna enter this. I have also gold. I have two options on gold. One, to come back to this not very clear daily resistance, but if it comes, I'm gonna sell it to this daily support. If it's not gonna come back to daily resistance, it's just gonna go straight down to the support. I'm gonna wait for it, and I'm gonna enter long position here and waiting for it to go much more high, because I believe next year, or I mean this year, probably next year, gold's gonna go all-time high. Next one is Euro AUD, which is pretty much the same as GBP AUD. It's basically the same. If you look at that, we had a support, broke the support, resistance. I think we're gonna come back again, maybe even just to these areas before we continue down. Then we have AUD CAD. I already traded this before, but I got stopped out a few times. I don't know if you remember. So I'm waiting for this to come back again to this daily support before continue up. Next one we have GBP NZD. This is a little bit, you can see it's clearly downtrend, it's just pushing down. So again, I'm gonna wait for this price to come back to this area, and I'm gonna short it again. And Euro CHF, this is kind of questionable because CHF pair is moving very slow, so I will see how that goes. But again, basically the same thing. I'm gonna wait this to come back here, test it, the daily resistance. You can see here we had a support, broke the support, resistance, broke the resistance, broke the support, and now we tested the resistance, and I believe we're gonna come back before we continue down. So that's my pairs. I'm not gonna trade all of these pairs, obviously whatever's gonna comes first. I'm gonna trade that and go from there. So that's all I have to say for this trading week. I'm gonna see you on a Monday again. Actually next weekend, because I'm gonna edit this video on the end of the week, so then I'm gonna release it on the Sunday next week. So you're watching this video from this week. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you do whatever the hell you want to do, and then yeah, I'll see you next video.